K-dramas make Korea look like a romantic paradise. But what if I told you half of it is a beautiful lie?
Oh my god.
Don't come for me yet, just listen. From love, work, friendships to daily life, here are the things K-dramas never tell you about Korea. Welcome to the Seoul Scoop, where we uncover the truth behind Korean pop culture. No filters, no sugarcoating. Today, we're talking about the things K-dramas never tell you about Korea. If you love K-dramas but want to know what real life in Korea is actually like, keep watching. I love K-dramas, but loving something also means understanding it honestly. So today, we're breaking down the difference between K-drama Korea and real life Korea. Not to ruin the magic, but to understand it. Let's start with the biggest illusion of all. In K-dramas, love is constant. Text messages never stop. Couples meet every day. Love that's on a soulmate level. And no matter how busy life gets, love always comes first. Love in dramas feels intentional, soft, always prioritized. But in real life, many Koreans are extremely busy. Workdays are long, commutes are exhausting, and energy is limited. So relationships don't always look poetic. Couples might see each other once a week, sometimes less. Messages go unanswered, not because someone doesn't care, but because they're simply drained. We grow up watching couples meet every day, talk all night, and make love feel effortless. K-dramas make it seem like love always comes first, but in real life, many people are exhausted. Work doesn't end at 5 p.m. Messages go unanswered, not because they don't care, but because they're drained. So love becomes quieter. It's not dramatic. It's showing up when you can, not when the music swells. K-dramas make love look like a romantic paradise, a place where love always wins, where people meet by fate, and life somehow feels softer. But what if I told you that half of what we see on screen is a beautiful illusion? Not because K-dramas are lying, but because they're showing us the version of life we wish was real. The one we wish to have someday, the one we work hard for, but when we don't get, we go hard on ourselves. And if you've ever watched a K-drama and thought, I want that life, this video is for you. Yes, I understand. What we watch is sweet. It makes us giddy. It makes us catch feelings for fictional men. But we need to understand something. The parts that don't make it into slow motion scenes or romantic soundtracks don't make the love fake. Love doesn't have to look like a drama to be real. And also, please don't compare your partner to Ji Chang-wook. Don't do that. Because honestly, what we see these men perform on screen is scripted, rehearsed, practiced to perfection, over and over again, sometimes over 100 times, till it's perfect. But real love isn't rehearsed. It flows naturally. It takes patience. Yes, it takes effort and intention, not perfection. But it's never scripted. That's why choosing who you love still matters. Being careful about who you choose is part of loving well. And no one really wants a rehearsed romance. Or do we kind of want it just a little? But if it looks like Ji Chang-wook, we might consider it. And while we're here, this one's for the men too. Before the men start arguing, yes, this applies to you too. Please don't go around comparing your partner to drama actresses either. Park Min-young, Song Hye-kyo, Suzy. Because if you want your woman to act like she's in a K-drama, you better be ready to be Lee Min-ho. And if we're out here asking and dreaming for Ji Chang-wook, though, yes, I know that man be snatched and hot. Come on now, who wouldn't fall? Tell me who. Give the man his jams. He's got loads of charm up his sleeves. And let me share a small secret. I may have a teeny, tiny crush. Because goddamn, the man's acting skills be a whole new dimension. I wouldn't lie, I didn't like him during the drama Empress Key, but when I watched Healer and the K2, I felt like a sack of potatoes. And I also have a friend who will absolutely beat you up if you say anything bad about that man. And ladies, if we want Ji Chang-wook, we need to be prepared to be Kim Ji-won. And please, don't forget to bring a script. You might need it, just in case. In fact, just bring it, because honestly, none of this happens without one. Public affection is also far more reserved. Holding hands is common, but dramatic displays of affection aren't. Love becomes quieter, less cinematic, more practical, and that doesn't mean it's weaker. It just means love survives in the margins of a very demanding life. K-dramas really love to glamorize and romanticize office life. Stylish suits, handsome CEOs, soft lighting, meaningful eye contact over paperwork, late nights that somehow seems romantic. Emails are flying, deadlines are looming, but love is still finding its way. And don't get me started on those heartwarming soundtracks. Somehow everyone has time for romance in the middle of a workday. But real work life in Korea, it's different. People work long hours, and when I say long, I mean very long. Most people are tired, mentally tired, physically tired. By the time work is done, romance is not the first thing on their mind. Rest is. And please, let's talk about office romance for just a second. Do not go and start falling in love with your boss. Life is not a K-drama. Your boss is not a misunderstood Shable heir. He's just your boss. There is no dramatic elevator confession, no rain scene, no slow motion walk down the hallway while everyone freezes. There's HR, there's awkward meetings, and there's a very real risk of ruining your peace. Now, before anyone comes for me, don't let me stop you from finding your soulmate. Since love can definitely be found anywhere, and if it works out for you, please let me know. Because at that point, we're dancing. You didn't just find love. You didn't just find a man. You found a boss. But jokes aside, work culture in Korea is demanding. Overtime is common, and leaving early can be seen as a lack of commitment. Many people feel pressure to always be available, even after work hours. Work doesn't just take time, it takes energy. And that energy has to come from somewhere. Mental health struggles exist, but they're not always openly discussed. This pressure shapes everything: relationships, friendships, even how people see themselves. And it's one of the biggest reasons real life doesn't look like a drama. In K-dramas, beauty looks effortless. Clear skin, perfect proportions, no visible flaws. Everyone wakes up glowing, like sleep itself is a skincare routine. But in reality, beauty standards in Korea are intense. Appearance matters a lot. From skincare routines, to cosmetic procedures, to constant comparison. And let's be honest, if some of us had the money, we would have gotten Cha Eun-woo's nose. Don't lie, I know you thought about it. What's even more surprising is how young this pressure starts. Kids, literal babies. They're fascinated by makeup, by filters, by changing their faces. Because tell me and make it make sense why a 6-year-old will be having 16 skincare steps. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 16. Even me don't have up to 4 steps. I guess it's time for a change. I've got to upgrade my game. Some grow up seeing cosmetic procedures as a milestone. Not a secret, not a taboo, but something to be proud of. Changing your face becomes normal. Now, I want to be very clear. I am not condemning anyone. And I'm not discouraging anybody. It's your body. You have full rights to it. If you feel like getting work done, go ahead. Just always do your research. Understand the procedure. Understand the risks. Understand the long-term effects. Because not everything that looks good on screen ages well in real life. And K-dramas don't show the anxiety behind perfection. They only show the final result. K-drama school life looks fun. Friendships, romance, freedom. Everyone has perfect uniforms, perfect hair, and somehow, time for love. People are falling in love in hallways, confessing under cherry blossoms, meeting on rooftops. And I'm watching like, when do these people actually study? Because real school life in Korea, it's intense. Very intense. Many students study 12 to 16 hours a day. School, then private academies, then more studying. And when they finally get home, surprise, more studying. Competition is fierce, expectations are high. Grades don't just feel important, they feel like your future depends on them. One exam, one ranking, one score. And suddenly everyone is stressed. So for many students, teenage years aren't about discovery. They're not about finding yourself or figuring out who you want to be. They're about surviving. So when I see K-drama students skipping class to go on dates, I just laugh. Because in real life, someone is definitely calling their mom or running late to an academy. That doesn't mean students don't dream or laugh or fall in love. It just means they're doing it under a lot of pressure. And that part doesn't make it into the drama. K-dramas love instant best friends. Two people bump into each other once, and suddenly they're ride or die. Sharing secrets, crying on each other's shoulders, promising friendship till the end of time. After one convenience store meeting. But real friendships in Korea, and generally everywhere, they take time, a lot of time. Age matters. Who's older? Who's younger? Who speaks first? Who pours the drinks? You don't just walk in like, "Hey, bestie." No. You walk in like, "Hello, nice to meet you. Please don't hate me." Respect rules shape interactions. People are polite, thoughtful, very aware of space. You don't overshare on day one. Nobody is trauma dumping at lunch. You're not telling your life story before the second coffee. Friendships grow slowly. Through consistency, through showing up, through time. It's not loud, it's not dramatic, it's quiet. It's someone checking on you. Not every day, but when it matters. Someone remembering small details. Like how you take your coffee. Someone who doesn't say much, but stays. So if you're waiting for that K-drama best friend moment, where someone grabs your hand and yells, "We're friends now." Yeah, that might take a minute. This doesn't mean friendships are cold. They're just intentional. People don't rush closeness, they build it. But when someone finally calls you a friend, it means something. It means trust. It means loyalty. It means, I've watched you long enough to let you in. K-dramas show instant friendships. Real life shows earned ones. And honestly, both are beautiful. But only one is real. So, are K-dramas lying? No, they're doing what stories have always done. Stories aren't documentaries. They're not meant to show traffic jams or exhaustion or emails at 11:47 p.m. They're meant to give us something else, comfort. K-dramas offer warmth in a society that moves very fast. They give romance to people who are tired, hope to people under pressure, soft moments to people who don't get many. Real life in Korea is structured. There are expectations, timelines, rules. K-dramas loosen those rules. They slow time down, they let people talk instead of rush. They let love happen without consequences. They let misunderstandings resolve in one episode, not 3 years. That contrast, it's intentional. Because if dramas looked exactly like real life, we'd all just be watching people sleep and stare at their phones. And no one wants to watch 13 episodes of Suzy snoring. Understanding the difference doesn't ruin the magic, it deepens it. You can enjoy the romance without measuring your life against it. You can love the fantasy without feeling like you're failing for not living inside one. K-dramas aren't lying, they're holding up a dream. And sometimes that dream is exactly what people need. But knowing the truth behind the screen? That's where things get really interesting. Okay, if you stayed till this point, you're officially my kind of person. Because clearly you didn't leave to go compare your face to Cha Eun-woo's nose, or compare your partner to Ji Chang-wook. Which, fair. That man is fine. We've established that. But remember, if you want Ji Chang-wook, you must also be ready to be his entire script, his lighting, and his director. And don't forget, real love doesn't come with slow motion, or a makeup team following you around. Because growing up, I wanted nothing more than K-drama love. The rain scenes, the destiny moments, the slow motion hugs, and honestly, maybe a small part of me still does. So if you love K-dramas, but you also love knowing the truth behind them, hit the subscribe button. I'm watching you. It doesn't cost much. You don't have to, but I really want us to be besties. Like this video and tell me in the comments, which K-drama made you believe in love? And yes, subscribe again if you haven't. This is the Seoul Scoop. And trust me, we're just getting started.